I'm very proud of the fact that I was one of three, and I will say we were fun people at that time. Had a great time when we were developing the model. But I'm very proud of the fact that the model went beyond our wildest expectations. That West Star grew into something that really makes a difference in West Tennessee for the people that live there. And there was a need for a regional leadership program in West Tennessee that would be a conduit for bringing all 21 counties together. And UT Martin was taking a very heavy role in community outreach at that time. And it was Chancellor Margaret Perry at UTM. And then Robert Smith, who was the Dean of Arts and Sciences, and along with Nick Dunnigan, who at that time was Vice Chancellor, felt, or he may have been Vice President of Development, and then later on was promoted up. But they saw that there was an absolute need for leadership. And Bob had a strong background over the years in developing regional leadership programs and community leadership programs. So I was working for the state of Tennessee, Department of Economic and Community Development, and I was doing the governor's 3-star program for economic development at that time. And we felt that there was a wonderful partnership that could be had here for regional planning and regional leadership development, just because 3-star was committed to helping communities put together their plan and go out and make things happen, get actually prepared for growth. And so what better way do you do that than with key leaders and the right leadership that's going to take the community in a positive direction. So the three of us got together and started brainstorming and decided, well, why not do a regional leadership program? Hadn't been done in the state. And we thought, well, let's do it as a pilot. And we went to, we wrote out our plan of action and kind of threw it out there to some of the people in the 21 county area to see what their thought process was. And so we gathered some of their thoughts. And then we prepared a plan which we carried to Nashville, Governor McWhorter at that time, and Commissioner Rich Riebling. And he, of course, was extremely supportive, and it ended up where ECD provided $50,000 in seed money to start the West Star Leadership Program, and who would have ever thought that that small investment, I mean, at that time we felt it was a huge investment, but that small investment would lead to where West Star is today. And so I worked with the West Star Group for approximately 10 years, kind of being their ECD consultant at that time, and loved it, met new people every year. It was always such a diverse group, and it was very pleasing to see those individuals go back home and really make a difference. But it was that sense of camaraderie and knowing that as a group of people, they really, really could make a difference. And the great thing about the curriculum courses for West Star in the months that the program was underway is people learned that there was more out there besides their own little sphere of influence. So it was great that they were learning about the West Tennessee region as a whole. There was a board of directors that, of course, was created for this 501c3. And what I saw happen there was you already had very powerful people, community leaders coming from the various counties. They may not know each other, but all of a sudden they started working as a cohesive group, and it ended up where that strengthened the overall program. And then they got involved in the individual class sessions, the class days, and provided a lot of input and details and kind of took those days on to be the leader, you know, kind of the organizer. You know, they were kind of the sponsor of that program day. And so you saw a lot of buy-in from some very powerful community leaders, business and civic, governmental. And then they in turn went back and you know, did their testimonies about what had happened when they went through the program or had been involved in it. And so the program was able to become self-sustaining in a very short amount of time. So I think you saw the birth of a leadership development program that had never been done on a state, in the state of Tennessee, and it took off. And then all of a sudden you had this group of graduates and classes that were coming up the ranks, and everybody was extremely proud of the fact that they were a graduate of the West Star Leadership Program. It really held a lot of esteem. And so the caliber of people that would come and present was great. You know, you could get the top officials in to do the presentations. And I think that when they get there and they see that these already are community leaders in their own way, but they're educating themselves to be even better leaders, and there's a lot of power in that room, and things can get done. So I would encourage anyone that has the opportunity to be involved in it to do it, because first off, it's going to be fun. You're going to have a great time. You're going to meet a lot of great people, and you're going to learn a lot. And so the great thing about a leadership program is you get opinions from both sides of an issue. And you're not being told what to think or what to do. You're being informed so you can make an educated decision. I think that's the most critical thing. Let me, I'm gonna talk about my home county, because my parents are still there. My mom is 92, my dad's 89, and so we're back and forth just to visit with them. And Henderson has become one of those communities that's very attractive to people that live and work in the city of Jackson. One thing, affordable housing, good education system, the connection once again of that 4-lane highway, and then of course you have access to higher education with Freed Hardeman there. So what I've seen is an involvement of the thought process there. And I look back and I think, you know, those county mayors that are there, or the county executives at one point, and the city mayors, they're all graduates of West Star. So once again, you're seeing that evolving of thinking. It's not, you know, you're an outsider, we don't want you here. It's now that, wow, we have an opportunity to grow and evolve and be a really great place to live. And that's kind of where we are. And even though it's wonderful that everybody has their own identity as a county, it's still great that there's that, once again, that cohesiveness to look at everything as a region. You know, because people that move to a community, they don't understand boundaries. Their cars don't know when they've crossed the county line. That's way beyond what we would have ever thought as we went through this original startup process. And it's great to know that West Star continues to thrive. That tells me that the program is ever evolving, that it's looking at how it can move forward, because times change. I mean, that's the only constant you have in life. And so to be at a 20-year mark as a leadership, regional leadership, and to have it continually thriving that's fabulous. So I'm just proud that I was just a part of that original startup. Proud to know it continues.